Peace, peace.
What's going on?
How you doing? Welcome to West Coast Hip Hop Uncensored.
I think you have me.
Yeah, we glad to have you. This is Young Lone Wolf, producer, aka slash artist.
Yes indeed, yes indeed.
Many beats, many years of work, over the 10,000 man hours. That's right, young man. We got you in here today, man. We want to see where you at and what you feel about this music in this music game. So I want to hit you with a few questions. Let the people hear a little bit of some of the things you're doing, like what we hear right now in the background.
Yeah. This is like a simple beat. Just one of the beats I made for Duquesne. Shout out to Duquesne, and CBD, Bama Boy G, the whole crew. So this is one right here we call Re-Up. And I did the beat in about like 5 minutes, give or take. It was something real simple, something straightforward, and something real easy to do. Especially with new music today, it's easy to make music like that.
And what's CBD?
Oh, CBD? Oh, yeah. CBD stands for Can't Be Denied.
And Bama Boy Music?
Oh, Bama Boy G? Oh, he's a part of the group. He's just a rapper.
Oh, he's just a rapper
Yeah.
in the group?
And you got Duquesne. Duquesne is like the CEO, the boss.
Okay. So Bama Boy G is the head?
Duquesne. Duquesne is the head.
Okay. And you yourself, are you slash independent slash group or just group all the way?
Slash independent slash group.
Okay. Well, in your journey in this music world, where are you trying to take it to?
What I'm trying to take it to now is be, of course, an independent freelance producer that's not tied down to record label contracts, because record labels actually control how I make my music, and I don't like that.
Yeah, you don't need to be controlled.
And I like to be free with my music. I like to let my mind wander and create what I need to create. Like, for example, like this, for example. I can do pretty much anything sample. This is just one piece of many pieces of equipment that I have in my whole arsenal of weapons, I call it. And next thing I'm working on now is film score. Once I do my film score, it's gonna change the game. It's not that many, as I know so far, you need like African Americans who can construct film score. It's not that many. And I would like to be the one of the many that actually goes into it and probably encourage other kids that, hey, this is actually cool, and they'll do it. Many kids think it's kind of corny because they worry about what other people think when they make music.
Yeah, and that's what I think about, like new young artists that's coming up. You got to take your genre of music or where you're trying to take it to just higher levels. Like, be different.
Yeah.
You don't have to always follow the trends. Mm-hmm. You want to be a trend creator, because it's about creating trends. Another question I have for you. What genre of beats do you like most? R&B, hip hop, jazz, or gospel?
My favorite one is R&B.
R&B.
And my R&B got a little twist to it. It got like more of a jazzy feel. So it's like, yeah, like a jazzy feel, a little bit of gospel in it, and a little bit of hip hop. But the strongest you hear it, it's mainly R&B. But I always gotta put a twist to it. Especially I put a theatrical twist to it. If you hear my music, you hear it sound like you can hear something in the movie. It's like a movie theater or an orchestra. Because I want you to engage into it. I want you to feel it. Like this right here, this is like a pretty much simple beat. This is like a simple beat to me. The beats that I have that people hear so far is so complex that you listen to it. And if you're actually a producer or engineer or anything in that nature, you probably try to pick apart what's in here and actually make it more interesting for music. And it actually helps artists write songs when they hear it because it tells a story. It doesn't just beat is there.
Now, in the making of music,
Mm-hmm.
does all music come from gospel? Or is that just what people say all the time? Or is that just what we always use? It all stems from the gospel.
To me, I disagree with that. Music comes from anywhere. for me, when I make music, it doesn't come from a gospel song. It doesn't come from that. It comes from me. It's like I make what I like to hear. If I need like a certain fast beat, or a certain type of beat, a certain time signature, a certain tempo, or a certain instrument, I'll pick it. It doesn't come from. I don't get.
But yeah, you know, you hear most people say,
yeah, they get
it comes from the gospel.
Yeah.
R. Kelly, he comes from the church, or we started in the church.
My music didn't come from.
I think it started me personally, I think it just started in these black or African people that you want to so call us. Not just the gospel or the R&B or where it started. I think it starts in us as the people.
Because we actually have rhythm.
Yeah, because we're the people that subscribe to these drums, horns, guitars, and all these different instruments.
Mm-hmm.
That's my belief with it.
That's how I feel. For me, I just say it's just music. There's no such thing as one genre that because this is why I'm making music. No, it's just music in general.
Yeah,
and it's
so
like
you wasn't created off because of gospel or church.
Yeah, I wasn't created off of that. It was just music in general. It just makes me feel happy and good.
Yeah. Now another question: how long does it take you to create a song?
Like just a beat in general, or a whole entire song.
The whole entire song, like a completed song where you be like, this is ready. It's ready for the artist. It's ready for vocals.
Oh, so for me to create a song for artists, if I'm working with them, it takes us about it depends on the artist. It depends on the artist. Every artist works a certain way. Like I'll say 2 hours to like 4 hours. You know, you gotta keep doing over, redoing over, and we'll listen to it and be like, nah, this doesn't sound right. Oh, add this to it, add that to it, and then sometimes it be multiple artists, which takes up I say 4 hours the max. But
yeah, because we're not talking about engineering, because
I'm not
that's
talking
where
about
we get
engineering.
into the more time.
Yeah,
but
I'm coming from
producing your tracks.
To songwriting, to actually creating the beat, to songwriting, and putting on actually recording it.
Yeah, but you can't speak for the songwriter.
Yeah.
Because he's writing the song. I'm just saying for you,
to make
in general, to create a beat where you say, hey, this beat is perfect.
Oh, that's easy. It depends on the beat. The fastest beat I made was 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes.
And it was complete where you was satisfied.
Yeah, it was complete.
Ready to press it
satisfied.
out.
And then, of course, as a producer, you hear instruments, you're like, you know what? That's too much on there, and you just take them out. So that'd be like last minute touches on.
So you just go back in there and tinker with it.
Yeah. And once we do the recording, I go back to the beat and I can add like drops to it to make it sound even more better, more exciting. Yeah, of course let you know I'm one of the producers that will give you tips like, hey, I don't like how that sounds. You should try this. I'm not gonna be the engineer or producer that just sit there and be like, you know what, that's good, that's good. Deep down inside, it ain't good. Me, I'm gonna be honest with you, that ain't good. Do it again. So I want the workflow to be perfect. Plus, you represent my work.
So as a young producer, you're honest with the other producers that's coming up, or
yes,
that's trying to follow your good creation or great creation.
Yes. I came across a producer. I forgot his name, but he asked me, how I feel about his beat. You just getting started. They said, look, I said, this is what I'm gonna tell you what I did, because I started just like you. Practice. And it depends on how bad you want it, how bad you want to be great, how bad you want to be good at your craft. You need to practice, day in, day out. Like I couldn't stress it enough. Like you need to practice. Like get more inspiration. What I do, I listen to old school music like Motown, the 60s, music in the 60s, the 70s, 40s, 50s, and stuff like that. Of course, you listen to up to date like 80s and 90s and 2000s music, but I said, listen to our sound, listen to what type of instruments they use, listen to the quality of the instrument. That's how you make your beat sound great. It sound more professional. You don't want to use like keyboard style beats and just sound like it's boring and cheap.
Yeah.
And that's the only way I can describe it. But one thing I'm not gonna do is give you the secret how I make beats. I can't do that. That's a no-no.
That's good. We understand, brother. Now, at what age did you make your first track?
My first beat, it wasn't even a beat. It was just me composing on the keyboard. I wasn't even 10 years old. I think I was like 8
No, not playing around on keyboards.
Like
when you first learned how to lay a track and layer it and everything. Like when you first layered
14 years old.
14 years old?
I started at 14 years old, and then from there, my first program, usually everybody beginning program be like, what they call it? Fruity Loops.
Fruity Loops, yep, Fruity Loops.
And Fruity Loops is never, I never use Fruity Loops. I ain't got nothing against Fruity Loops, it's just not for me. To me, Fruity Loops should be for beginner producers. And they should gradually grow up from that and go to something more, better. So everybody who uses Fruity Loops, they have the potential to use Logic, which is pretty much efficient. Logic do everything. So I started with Reason. Reason was my beginner program. And surprisingly, I had surprised a lot of people who've been in the industry for a long time coming and asking me, how did I use Reason? I'm like, look, this is how you use it, blah, 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 blah. I say, if you want allowed to do this, you do this and this and this. But I didn't tell them how did I make beats, though. How did I layer different sounds and make it give you a unique sound and stuff like that. I just taught them how to use it. And now Logic, since I'm using Logic Pro 10, and I'm using all native instrument plugins, the MPC, of course, which is the greatest piece of equipment I ever had bought. This is like the best investment so far. And all those smashed together, it's probably about, I say 3 to 5 programs all in one now. So I went from one to using like 3 to 5 programs at once, maybe more, give or take.
So did professional musicians or just normal family members and like your grandmother or mother or aunt inspire you?
Oh, wait, inspire me
to make music?
My grandma, she inspired me to make music. It wasn't music that played in church. It was just a
Was she a musician?
Yeah, she was a musician. My great grandmother, her mom, was a piano instructor, and she knew how to play piano. She sat me down and opened up a book and said,